Welcome to our video presentation for Math Lesson 7.2. I'm Mrs. De La Mota and I'm here with Mr. Rangel, and we are so happy to have you join us for today. Our goal for today is to make solving the area of polygons fun. We want to refresh your memory and give you 4 simple steps to keep in mind. First off, when you are solving for the area of a polygon, that means you're talking about a 2-dimensional shape. That's the flat shape. An area is the inside portion of the 2-dimensional flat shape. The area of polygons, they have formulas to follow. The ones you're going to work on today are the top 4: rectangle, parallelogram, triangle, trapezoid. And you will also probably see a square. On your assignment, a square refers to a special type of rectangle. It will have the same formula. I would like to go ahead and read these formulas to you. Rectangle means area. The area of the polygon with rectangle is area is equal to base times height. The parallelogram is area is equal to base times height, the same. Triangle is area is equal to 1/2 the base times the height. Trapezoid is going to be area is equal to 1/2 the base 1 plus base 2 times height. And then the circle will come on another assignment. The 4 steps are over here. We're going to first identify our shape, then select the proper formula that we just reviewed, plug in values, and then solve the equation. We have 4 examples here to go through today, and if you can do these, you can do your assignment. The first one is a word problem. I'm going to read through it. What is the area of a right triangle with a height of 8 centimeters and a base of 10 centimeters? Now I'm going to start looking at it again and pulling out information. What is the area of a right triangle? It's going to be a right triangle, but I don't have anything there, so I'm going to draw a picture of what this word problem is saying. A right triangle is going to have this straight side here, and it says that it has a height of 8 centimeters and a base of 10. That means the base is a little bit longer. So let me connect those together. And right triangles are shown by putting a square there showing a 90-degree angle. So I have a right triangle, the height is 8 centimeters. The height is always going to be the vertical line, the straight up and down. Height is not going to be slanted. If you think about it, when you go to the doctor's office and they measure your height, you stand straight up and down. You don't lean to the side. Vertical height. Base is going to be 10 centimeters. So we've done step 1. We have identified our shape. Now we need to select the right formula. I see that the area for a triangle is area is equal to 1/2 base times height. I'm going to now do step 3, plug in my values. So area is equal to 1/2, the base is going to be 10, and the height over here is the vertical, 8. Now I'm going to multiply these two together. I have 10 times 8 and I get 80. And then when I write this and I'm going to keep that 1/2. I have 1/2 times 80, or another way to say that is going to be area is equal to 80 divided by 2. And my answer will be area is equal to 40, and I have to put in those units, centimeters squared. We are doing the square area. Number 2, a lot easier. They already drew the shape for me and plugged in, they gave me the values. So all I have to do now is to pick out my formula, and then I'm going to start solving. So I have a picture of a trapezoid, and the formula for the trapezoid is area is equal to 1/2 the base of 1 plus base 2, and then we're going to multiply that by the height. As I look at this, the bases are here. Bases are whatever the shape can be resting on. And it doesn't matter if you use this as 1 and this is 2. I always like to go top to bottom, but they're totally interchangeable. Area is equal to 1/2. I'm going to say base 1 is 6 inches plus base 2 is 12 inches. And then I put that in parentheses, and then that will be multiplied by the height. So now it's time to, oops, and I'm plugging in my values. Remember step 3. My height is going to be the straight vertical line, which is the 6 inches. And let me put that in parentheses too, so we kind of keep it separated. So now I have area is equal to 1/2, and 6 plus 12 is equal to 18. And then I have the 6 here. So now 18 times 6 is going to be 108. So I have area is equal to 1/2 times 108. Another way to think about that is area is equal to 108 divided by 2, which would give us 54. And I'm going to include my units, and they are going to be squared units. So 54 inches squared. Now we're going to move on to the rectangle, and I think I can squeeze that in here. First thing, I've got my shape. I've done step 1. Step 2, select the right formula. The formula for the area of a rectangle is base times height. Now, I've got a base here, 8.6. Remember that the rectangle has 2 parallel sides to the length, and then the width would also be, or the height. The bases would be the same and the heights would be the same. So now I have a base, I'm going to plug it in, of 8.6. And then I have a height, a straight line, of 3. Now I'm going to multiply these together. So I'm going to work it out over here on the side. I've got 8 and 6/10, or 8.6 times 3. If you'll notice in the problem, there is one number following a decimal in the problem, so it needs to match that in our answer. So my answer would be area is equal to 25 and 8/10, and I'm going to put in my unit, centimeters squared, or we tend to read it 25.8 centimeters squared. Let me scroll up so we can look at our last example. Oops, up. Our last example is a parallelogram. So we've done step 1, identified the shape. Now I'm going to look at the formula, and I see that that is also area is equal to base times height. So we know that our rectangle, our square, our parallelogram all use that same formula. Area is equal to the base. Well, this is the part it would rest on, so I've got 12.2. Height, take a look at that. Oh, that's kind of obscuring it with the arrow. Let's see. Which one do we want to use for the, okay, Mr. Runhill there. All right, I was going to ask, how do I get rid of that? Okay, so we have a 10 slanted, we have an 8 vertical. Which one do we want to go with? Hope you picked the 8. So I'm going to work that over here on the side, and we are just about done. One number follows the decimal in the problem. It'll match that in my answer. So the area of our parallelogram is 97.6, or 97 and 6/10 centimeters squared. Remember, as you follow and you're solving these, you follow these 4 steps to make this easier. Remember, always have that formula chart out. Be looking at those formulas so that you learn them. If you do these, this should make solving the area of polygons fun. And we love you and we miss you. We hope you're doing well.